I just finished overhauling this Powell flute from 1930, and the foot joint tenon had been destroyed.
Before I worked on the tenon, it had chips taken out of it, and the tenon was torn. The metal had been stretched so thin that it was down to 1/2 of its original thickness in some places. Some of the missing material was pushed into making the tenon longer, so that the foot joint didn't go all the way on to the ring anymore. First, I had to carefully measure the locations of the ring and rib relative to the tone holes. I photographed the flute and wrote in my measurements. I removed the springs and unsoldered the rib. I will be silver soldering the new tenon in place, and silver soldering takes place at temperatures above the boiling point of lead. Boiling lead will eat right through the silver, so all the lead solder under the rib must be removed to protect the flute. I mounted the body on the lathe and cut off the old, thin tenon. Just to the outside of the tenon ring, I unsoldered the ring. I cut a lip in the body that terminates just under the location of the ring. I cut a matching lip on the inside of the new tenon and checked the fit. After silver soldering, you see the line where the new tenon is in place. There is a slight seam on the inside of the tenon. This can't be helped, and it is less of a seam than occurs at the head joint and foot joint tenons. I put the foot joint on precisely, placing the ring back on over the seam. I lead soldered the ring back in place over top of the seam. This not only covers the seam, it adds strength to the new joint. I wired the rib back down and carefully measured the distances before soldering. I was able to return the rib to within 1/1000th of an inch of its original placement. I polished the body to return it to a high shine. I then finished the overhaul, and the flute plays like it's brand new.